Oh my god, you guys! Thank you so much for coming back. You're watching another episode of Cooking with Collazo. I'm your host, Blake Collazo. Woo. Yes, we're back for another video, and we're going to be cooking today a vegan, vegetarian, red lentil chili recipe. What we're going to be doing is adapting a soup recipe with a chili recipe. There is no meat. There is no secondhand animal products, so no milk, no eggs, etc. And I don't exactly have a perfect recipe for this. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna experiment, and if this fails, it'll be documented, but if not, lovely. And then we have lunch for the rest of the week. So hopefully it's the latter. So let's just jump right into this. If you're new to my channel, feel free to hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up so I can keep bringing you some more recipes. I welcome all sorts of recommendations. Leave a comment below, shoot me a message. As we start Cooking with Collazo, what do we need? Our very professional apron. You guys. Sorry for the change in scenery. Since we're cooking like a soup chili situation, it's just a lot of veggies, so I need to be by the pot, and it's not my normal setup, so bear with me. I don't want to call it a soup because I guess it's a soup. A soup chili. A silly. A choop. Ooh, I like a choop. We're making a choop. Okay. So, what we're going to need is obviously the protein base of what we're going to be doing. So we're going to get some red lentils. Again, buy from the bulk section. It is way more affordable than a giant bag of like prepackaged stuff. This was 1 pound and it was $1.61. So I'm winning. Beans, you can use any kind of beans. I'm gonna use the cannellini bean. You can literally add any types of veggies that you want. I'm going to be doing a regular golden potato, a red skin potato, a sweet potato, some carrots, and some celery. Vegetable broth. If you can find a low sodium vegetable broth, that would be best. The worst part about broths is that they are so high in sodium, and that is not good for really anyone. But we're gonna be adding some marinara sauce into this, and just be sure that when you're choosing your sauce, you can use any kind of sauce. For the vegans and vegetarians out there, just make sure to read the sauces because some of them unknowingly have cheese in them. So I'm just trying to be mindful of everyone's preferences, but we are good to go with this particular bottle of marinara. There's no animal products or byproducts, so we are good. So now that we're professional, we've got all our ingredients, what we're going to do is just chop everything. Everything needs to be chopped. Sizable chunks to your preference. Okay, so and now that we have our carrot and celery mixture, we're going to saute these in a pan, get them tossed in olive oil, etc. Oh, and when we're done with the carrots and celery being done sauteed of it all, we're going to add in our garlic, okay? And you can add as much as you want. You want to keep the vampires away? You do you, boo. Something to note about this recipe is that you can add as many veggies or not, because this is a modifiable recipe, meaning if you're sitting at home watching, thank you so much, but you're a family of 6, you're gonna need more than 2.5 carrots, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a single person, I'm trying to make lunch for at least 2 days, which is easy, but just keep that in mind. You can grow this, you could do it as a crock pot recipe too, but that's a different video. Still, the ratio is generally like 1 cup of the product, 2 cups of the juices. When we add the beans, we're also going to add the marinara, so that we can get a thickness going to this recipe. It is now time to boogie woogie. We're gonna add in the garlic now. And we're not gonna let that sit for too long. We're going to add 2 cups of vegetable broth. If you don't want to do the sodium route, you can absolutely go with just water. In that case, go heavy on the seasonings so it's not so flavorless. Splashed. So now that the broth has been added, we're gonna bring this to a boil. Once it starts boiling, we're gonna add 1 cup of red lentils, and then we're going to reduce it to a low/simmer situation for about 15 minutes. We want the lentils to soak up all that moisture, etc. After about 15 minutes, we're gonna add the kidney beans, as well as some more salt and pepper. And then also we're going to add about a cup or maybe the whole bottle of marinara sauce. I will walk us through that process because I don't know how much we're going to need. We are going to add our 1 cup of red lentils. 1 cup red lentils going in. We're not going to boil the lentils. We do want to see bubbles, but we don't want boiling. The lentils really are soaking up the moisture, so that's good. Those lentils are thirsty. They're thirsty. Okay, you guys. Now we can take a look at our lentils. You can see they have nicely soaked up all that liquid, and now it is time to really jazz it up. Okay, I'm very excited. So we have our cannellini beans, our sweet potato, and our potatoes, all types of potatoes, up in this bowl, and we're going to now put that in this mixture. Because this mixture is so dry, you can either at this point add more broth, that's totally fine, or add the marinara. We're doing the entire jar of marinara, okay? We're gonna shake it up, put the entire jar of marinara in the bowl. Oh, that worked. Yay, sound effects. Ooh, yes. Yes. So we're gonna mix that up. Oh, it smells good. Oh, it splattered on me. Great. Okay, so now that this is mixed up decently, we're going to set this to simmer for about 20 minutes. Low simmer, okay? Keep checking on it. You don't want it to dry out, so we might need to add some more broth. That's totally fine. Keep in mind we do have potatoes and sweet potatoes. Might need a little bit more moisture and time. Just make sure it's on low, okay? Hey everybody, we're back with our beautiful lentil chili. Can you guys see it? It's actually very hot. You can see the celery, the carrots, potatoes. It is hot. Hot. Hot girl summer, yes. Oh, hot. Okay. Yes. You guys, this is so good. Okay, so a couple key findings. This is actually delicious. It turned out phenomenal considering it was going off of nothing, virtually nothing. But something to note, when you put the lentils in with the broth, if you're gonna put potatoes in this, maybe put the potatoes in then, because the potatoes are kind of still, you have to still bite into them. That's fine for me. I like texture when I'm eating. They're not crunchy, but they're, you do have to bite into it, but that's fine. So if you don't want like something to bite into and you just kind of want it to be a little bit more mushy, or soft rather, I definitely recommend you cooking that when the lentils are cooking to get a head start on some cooking. I could add a little more garlic, but this was the first time, so I'm pretty freaking happy with it. And for the vegans and vegetarians out there, if you wanted to really beef it up, like, oh my god, again with the puns, if you really wanted to amp up the recipe, I feel like you could add any kind of beans. Maybe you make this a lentil bean dish, or add all the veggies, like you can really go crazy. You can't really do anything wrong with this. So squash should be really good. Ooh, squash should be good. Yeah. 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 Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you did not see last week's episode, you can click here or here, and it'll take you right to last week's video where I made chicken avocado burgers, avocado chicken burgers. You can also check out my playlist for cooking with Collazo, and you can find my social down below. If you like this video, hit subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Come on back next week for more. Bye.